Yo, what's up, man?
Coolin', man.
You know what I want to hear, right?
What you want to hear?
Baby!
Yo, welcome to another episode of the Buffet Boys. You know what it is, episode 38, the special one. Estamos listos, estamos prendidos. Vic is ready. Trae unos modelos y un poco de ceviche. And no, we're not talking about the fucking modelo that's always on every single boxing match with the brown hair, just standing like there looking stupid as hell with a smile on her fucking face. No, we're not talking about that modelo. No. We talk about the beer. Give me a nice modelo, some ceviche, because Vic is ready to get this popping today. You know what it is. It's episode 38. Okay? We go hit you with the 38 special. Okay? You feel me? Please don't make me park it in your upper level. Valet a couple straight.
Oh, shit.
Okay? Woo! You feel me? Hey, listen, you know what it is. The Buffet Boys, episode 38. We back in the building. Sorry for last week. We was having some technical difficulties because Vic obviously can't speak into a fucking microphone. But yo, you know what it is. It's your boy, the Salvadoran sensation, La Semilla de Marañón, listos para todos y trayéndoles el sonido salvadoreño. And with me as always, of course, is my main man, 100 Grand, the Hotep hustler himself, Mr. Kodak Brown, Mr. 31 Savage, the best import coming out of Mexico. You know him best as the Dutch Dynamo, Mr. Split the Check, Mr. Stole Your Girl, gave her right back because right now he's trying to build an empire and he don't have time to be breaking up happy homes. Okay? It's my main man, Vic. What's poppin', Vic?
Yo, what up, Eb? What's going on, man? Yo,
You
we
see
gotta
the
cut
energy,
these,
Vic. You see the energy.
We gotta cut these intros a little shorter, man.
No, we don't. You know what the best thing about doing a podcast, Vic?
What's that?
That you can do whatever the fuck you want. And you know what
That's
I'm doing,
true.
Vic?
That's true.
You know what I'm doing?
Do you?
What the fuck I want. That's right.
Oh, man, Eb. Yeah, well, like Eb said, we did have some technical difficulties. Life got in the way a little bit, and then when we try to record, you know, it just happened that way where we did record an episode, but it just wasn't.
We didn't. I recorded an episode.
Well, my end ended up just not audible. So, but we're back, episode 38. Yo, I'm ready. Eb, how was your weekend, man?
It was good, man. I think it was the same as everyone's. You feel me? We, well, not really. Let me see. Saturday. What the fuck did I do Saturday? I know I did something. Oh, I worked Saturday, bro. That was
nice.
But you know, hey, listen, you got work. You got to do what you got to do.
Yep.
Then I saw that fucking farce they called a boxing match, and then Sunday, you know, caught the Raiders catch that W again. Ooh. You see what it is. We out here. Derek Carr going for that MVP, about to break all types of records. Amari Cooper about to break the records for the most drops in a fucking in a 3-game span because he's probably gonna drop another 5 more next week. Yo, Marshawn Lynch was out there getting hyphy, reminding y'all what it is. Okay, yep. That's why we love him. And Dan Fouts acting like a fucking idiot as always, hating on the Raiders. You fucking clown. Oh, look at him. He's so quirky. Quirky? What? That's fuck. This he ain't. What the fuck? He ain't Screech. Quirky.
Now, Em,
fuck out of here, fucking clown.
One of the things that you and me have always noticed is this fucking clown, Dan Fouts, is out here. Okay, here's the thing. When the Raiders were doing bad, he used to kick them when they were down, man. He used to just talk shit.
Always.
Anything he could just to talk bad about the Raiders. So, you know what? I'm still about that fuck down Fouts shit. Fuck him. I'm not with him. I'm not fucking with him. I'm sure, dog, he was like screaming internally, trying to hope that something happened bad with the Raiders so he can talk shit, man. Fuck that guy. But
go back to the water cooler, eat his fucking get us some Nugenics, and then take his fucking what's it called, that Slim Fast Man, and see if he get a new Beards for Men commercial. You fucking clown. And anyway, man, outside of that, then my mother-in-law, it was her birthday, so I went to a very Mexican party.
Woo!
Had some birria, had some rice, beans, I didn't have potato salad, but we had some macaroni salad, which was fire. Beer, she got it lit because she was fucking drinking that Don Julio like it's nobody's business.
Dang.
And took a couple shots with some old ladies, which was very, very hilarious. Just imagine that pic. You know me, Vic. I'm 6'3", big man, standing there looking like the handsome devil that I am, with a bunch of fucking 60-year-olds taking shots. It was lit, dog. It was fun. It was cool as fuck. So, had a good time, man. What about you?
Well, I also caught that fight.
Farce. I'm gonna call it a farce.
The fight was a fight. Now we can get into that. Okay, so the fight was actually really good. If y'all didn't watch it, the Canelo versus Triple G fight, it was actually a really great fight. One of the best fights I've seen in a long time. And I watched a lot of fights in my day. You know, I just wanted to see something good, and they delivered, except for the fact that one of the judges was straight smoking crack. That's the only way I can explain it. Ed, what was your name, Ed?
Adelaide Bird.
Adelaide Bird. I can't even pronounce her name.
You fucking bird. You out here.
Larry Bird. That's Larry Bird's mama.
Yo. Yeah. Yo. Seriously. Yo, Adelaide Bird needs to be fucking ashamed with herself.
Yo, she had Canelo winning by like 10 rounds or something like that.
I don't know what fight she was fucking watching, dog. She must have been still stuck watching like his last fight, because I don't know where that came from.
Yeah, I don't know, man, because, I mean, as we were talking about before this, people would have watched the rematch regardless of what the outcome was. Because it was that good of a fight. Why did they have to just like put a big black eye? I mean, excuse the pun, but give boxing a black eye and do something like that just is riddled with what seems like to be fixed. It just seems like it's fixed. The funny thing is that a lot of my cousins, they were so happy that there was a draw. You'd swear, Eb, you swear that queso fresco was on fucking sale at Superior, Eb. You swear, like, yo, his shit was bananas. Like, they were like, yeah, woo, woo, and then fucking mariachi music started playing. But, Eb, his shit was, like, I just want to see a good fight. That's what I want to watch. I'm not a fan of anybody. I don't give a fuck. I just want to see good fights.
I mean, this was a great fight, but it has to end and has to be filled with drama. Like, now it's not even so much about how great the fight was, but how fucking terrible the judging was, which takes so much away from an absolutely amazing fight, in my opinion. Something that, you know, everybody was waiting for. It was great, man. Listen, you had Triple G stalking on his prey, the young light-skinned cinnamon stick, and put tips on him. And, you know, young Canelo, when he was in the middle of the ring, giving him that work. You know what I mean? And it takes away from that, and it gives, I think, boxing another black eye, pardon the pun. But it really does, man. It really, really does.
You know what? One of the things I noticed when I was watching the fight, if I had never seen or heard about any of these guys, and I heard one of these guys was Mexican, and I heard the other one was not, I swear, if, just by looking at him, I'd be like, oh, Triple G's a Mexican? Like, like, you know, Canelo's got that, like, red beard and red head. Like, I think he's an Irish guy, dude, for real. So, like, but like I said, hey, the fight was good. Just the outcome, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of bullshit. I'm just glad they didn't, like, go all the way with it and give Canelo a win.
Yo, if they would have given Canelo a win, I don't know, man. I think I guess I'm not going to say I'd be done with boxing, but, yo, I'd be pretty close to it, man. Because, listen, boxing has been on, you know, it's been on the cusp. It's been resurrected. It's been dead. Gets resurrected again. I guess Mayweather was as close as we got to kind of having a big-time fighter. And, obviously, those fights were getting kind of whacked, so people were looking for something new, something different. And we finally get it. You know what I mean? This is the first time that, you know, there's a lot of people that, if you're a boxing fan, you know who Triple G is. If you're not, you know, you're just an avid watcher, you may not necessarily know who Triple G is, right? This fight kind of puts him at the forefront. And I mean, I'm gonna give it to the guy, man. He was out there. He put in the work.
Yep.
He definitely put in the work, at least in my eyes. I give him the first round. I give Canelo the second and the third. From the fourth to about maybe the 9th, 10th round, I think he took control. Canelo definitely won those late rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So for it to be 118 to 110, I was bugging out, man. Literally bugging out. And for my wife, who knows nothing of boxing, as a matter of fact, she hates boxing. She doesn't even like watching it. Because every time we have any sort of fight, she's on her phone or just doing something else. She'll, casually glance. She was on the edge of her seat. She was all into it. You know what I mean? And so even at the end, she's like, what the fuck was that? How, you know what I mean? Like, it's true. Like, yo, you're so into it. Your fucking blood's pumping. And you're like, damn, that was a fucking great fight. Yeah. That was an amazing fight. Uh-huh. Now this is over. We know who won. Let's get it over. Let's get this rematch popping. Because, yo, if Triple G would have won, anybody would have wanted to see a rematch. Because it was that good of a fight, And the second fight probably would have been just as good, if not better. And then they hit you with this fucking farce, and I'm just like, yeah, yo, Oscar De La Hoya, you need to get your auntie off the fucking, get your auntie off the fucking bench, because she's out here wilding out with the Mr. Magoo glasses, because, yo, that shit was wild, Vic. When we were sitting there, we're like, 118. The minute I heard 118, I was like, God damn, okay. 118 to 110, Canelo. I was like, oh, here we go. Here comes the bullshit. That train's never late. That train is never late.
Well, Eb, when I was watching the match, as soon as it ended, I was like, well, I know the winner. I got up to go use the restroom. And when I came back, the second I came back, the TV was on, right? And the announcer's like, oh, draw. I'm like, what?
Draw?
I was like, wait, what? Did he misspeak? Because this is some wild shit. I didn't expect that at all. So, man, I mean, they need to just stop with this bullshit, man. Just let them fight. And especially, like I said, this fight was a really great fight. There was no need for that. There was no need for the antics, And you know what? It would have been to the point where, if you paid for the fight, I mean, like we did, If you paid for the fight, you probably wouldn't have been disappointed until they announced the fucking ending.
Yeah, and that's the worst part about it. Yo, wifey was like, there should be no ties in boxing. And I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. There shouldn't be any fucking ties in boxing.
You're right. Go another round. If it's a tie, go another round. Or have odd rounds or something, Go 13.
13 rounds.
Yeah.
13 rounds, and that's it. Call it a day. But, yo, this whole, a draw, it looks so fixed, man. Just everything. All the schematics about that shit, it just didn't rub me the right way. I was like, wait, fuck. Damn, you guys are that fucking desperate to get some more bread. Y'all would have got the bread regardless.
Yep.
Y'all would have got
probably even more so because the fight was so good.
Yeah,
it was so good that
it's like a chick looking she meets a guy and she's like, okay, you're gonna get the panties, right? And he just starts lying for no reason. Just starts fucking wilding out, wilding to
the Lambos in the shop, boo.
Yo, if you want to fly out to Dubai, I can't because y'all got to do this. And you find out he's lying yo, you were going to get the panties just because you worked at Office Depot. Yo, this lying shit, nah, I'm not with it. So it's it was kind of whack, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was pretty upset. I'm not only was I upset because I lost bread, I lost money. I bet on that shit. And these motherfuckers didn't come through. Yo. All I know is, fuck, dog. Every Mexican in California needs to be calling De La Hoya and calling Canelo and thanking them because I know there was money on the line, dog. I know it for a fact.
I don't know, man. They gotta stop with that shit, man. But Eb, there were some more shit that happened this weekend, Eb.
Yeah, man. Speaking about money,
yes,
lots of money.
I don't know where you're going with this. I was gonna talk about the Emmys, but okay.
That's money.
Okay, I guess there's money there. There's lots of money there. But, Eb, so I don't know if you pay attention to the Emmys. I usually don't. But I did pay attention for one reason. And that's because Donald Glover and Lena Waithe were up for awards. And they both won. Donald Glover for Atlanta, which is a dope-ass show. I don't know if you watched that shit.
Great show.
And also Lena Waithe for Master of None. I don't know. Did you watch that?
I watched the first season of Master of None, and I saw the second season, and I couldn't get into the second season.
Really?
Yeah,
man, I actually like the second season a lot more, and I was surprised to see that my favorite episode is the one that she got nominated for, and that's the Thanksgiving Day episode. That episode it's one of the best single episodes I've seen for a show in a long, long time. So I mean, I would recommend that show to anybody, mostly because it's funny. But it's kind of like, it's situational comedy, right? It's a sitcom, but no laugh track, obviously. But lots of people of color, and it doesn't feel forced, you know? It's, when I watch it,
Aziz Ansari is a pretty good, you know, the thing about Aziz Ansari is he's actually a pretty good actor, at least for what he does. Because he has a shtick. He's actually pretty good at it. He was good on Parks and Recreation. And he's actually really good on this too, you know, so... But yeah, continue. My apologies.
For Donald Glover and Lena Waithe, it's the first time a black person has won Outstanding Director in a comedy and Best Writing in a Comedy for a woman or black woman. So it's some, you know, really cool shit, man. And for that to be two shows that I watched religiously, I watched both of them on Netflix. I binged through Master of None. So, you know, I think it's really dope, man. Now, did I watch the whole Emmys? Nah. I'm good.
Who was watching the whole? I need to know who the fuck is actually. I mean, I need to know what regular human being is actually sitting at the crib watching the entire Emmys.
Not you and I or our listenership, you know, if you know what I'm saying. Like, like it's not usually, you know, you can't find too many Emmy parties out in the hood. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, y'all coming through? What's popping? Yo, the Emmys. What the fuck? Out of here, hey.
I got a job, bitch. I got a work. Emmy party?
Get out of here. Are you on drugs? Who the fuck? What's wrong with you?
Watching the game.
K2? Get out of here, yo. I'm gonna go watch this fucking Panthers versus 49ers game. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, you know, the crazy thing is, like I said, Master of None, if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Aziz Ansari is the main guy. It's a pretty dope show. Like I said, I couldn't get into season 2 as much, but Atlanta, on the other hand, I'm sure everyone's seen Atlanta. That's a fucking amazing show. Comes out on FX, starring, and the producer, I believe, is Donald Glover. For those who may not know Donald Glover's real name, that's
also Danny better Glover's son, right? Danny Glover's son?
Yeah, no.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
Riggs.
Oh shit.
Murtaugh. Riggs. Now Donald Glover is also better known as Childish Gambino.
Yep.
So, which, by the way, I heard that Donald Glover is actually going to give up that moniker and give up that rapping shit. So he will no longer be known as Childish Gambino, because I'm pretty sure he sees where the bag is at. And he's like, I don't really have time for that. I
don't know if it's that, Eb. I think first of all, let me just say this. I think Donald Glover is a very talented guy and very artistic minded, and everything he's kind of put his hand in has kind of worked.
Not really, not everything.
Well, let me tell you what I think did work. So he had a successful rap career, right? Yeah. Somewhat successful. Maybe he wasn't the biggest artist.
No. He was pretty successful. He had some cuts.
Successful actor, right? He was on a big show on a major network for a long time. Successful director now.
Absolutely.
And, you know, successful creator of a show. And he was somewhat of a successful comedian. He had a stand-up special that I thought was pretty funny, and you know,
it was trash, Vic.
Garbage, Vic. Is that what you're waiting for?
Was garbage, dog.
Is that what you're waiting for?
Yes, his stand-up special was rash, because that shit was so whack.
I don't agree.
I agree with myself, because that shit was whack as fuck. Me and my wife were both sitting there like, yo, okay, dog, just drop a beat real quick or go do something. This shit is whack as fuck. But he has an amazing mind, though. I'll tell you that much. He's one of those guys that just looks like it looks like he wears the same shirt every day. and like he stinks a little, but he's a fucking genius, dog. Because he is funny. At least the sketch comedy and shit like that. Mm-hmm. His music is dope. I can't even lie. His music is fucking fire. This last album that he dropped, fucking fire. You remember dog, I put you on a red bone and you could not stop listening to that. Literally could not.
I couldn't stop listening to the whole album. The whole album was really dope. Like the conception of the idea of the direction of the whole album, like the theme, was really well done. So, I mean, maybe I might be a little biased because, like I told you, one of my old high school friends played bass in his band and is on the album. But I do think that the album was really dope.
Ready to get out the bag. Vic knows name so drop, many important
humble
people.
Brag.
Well, I know one of the guys that plays bass for Donald Glover. Okay, Vic, we get it. You're important.
Oh my God. Somebody sounds mighty salty. Mighty salty.
I played the bass with the guy who...
Hey, don't worry, Eb. Hey, I'll introduce you next time he's in town, Eb.
That's my problem, Victor, is that you don't. Fucking chump. You try to keep all your important friends to yourself. You're ashamed of me, Vic.
Yeah.
Yo, who's that? I don't know who the fuck that is. Yo, Vic, how does he know your name? Yo, I don't know, man.
Good guess.
Good guess. Your guess is good as mine. Yo, close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Nah, my man. Yo, Vic, why you treating me like this?
I'll talk to you on Monday.
Let's go play the bass guitar together. But yeah, man. Shout out to Donald Glover. And
Lena Waithe.
Yeah, man, it was, and Lena Waithe, yes sir, absolutely, yeah, man. No one was watching the Emmys. I'm assuming the biggest turnout for the Emmys was probably when they gave both of them the Emmy. Because
probably,
other than that, why do you want to watch fucking what shows are popping right now? Really, that like
Game of Thrones.
What shows Game of Thrones is fire though. But what show is really popping that no one watches, but apparently everyone watches? Does that make sense? There's always that one show.
I don't know. CBS, dog. That's like CBS moniker.
Yeah.
I don't know what's on there though. I don't watch that shit.
I feel like CBS always has the number one everything. The number one comedy. The number one fucking something. Crime drama.
Didn't the King of Queens guy come back with the show? I bet you that shit got nominated like crazy.
Let me tell you this. He does have a new show. Kevin James, your favorite actor in the whole entire world. Stop fronting. He has a show called Kevin Can Wait. So let me tell you, let me tell you how dirty this shit is, bro. So Kevin James has a new show, right? And it's kind of almost modeled a little bit like King of Queens, but not really. The mom in the show, she's a terrible fucking actress. I mean, fucking whack. But them shows that you're like, man, this is a bad show. But for some reason, you just keep coming back and you get a couple laughs and the dumb shit that he does just kind of keeps you going with it.
Yes, dog, it was called The King of Queens.
Well, listen, Kevin James is like, yo, if it ain't broke, don't fix it because I'm going to bring it to CBS. And that's what he did. So the show is pretty dope. At the last 2 episodes of the season, Vic, he brings out Leah Remini. The last 2 episodes, right? Just as a guest appearance. Well, apparently CBS got way better ratings with her on it. So guess what they did? Oh
no, they gonna make him marry her.
They fucking cut the mom from the show, so she's no longer in season 2, and Leah Remini now is the main star or co-star of the show. I was like, yo, what are y'all gonna do with the mom? She gonna die? Like, what the fuck?
So, you could write out old person from a show easy, dog.
Nah, it's bullshit, dog. You saw what happened when they did that on the Fresh Prince. Nah, when they did that on Fresh Prince, we know, dog. You can't go from the dark Aunt Viv to the fucking light skinned Aunt Viv.
Yeah, but
and just act like we didn't know.
There's a difference between changing an actor and fucking killing him off, dog.
There's something odd here about this new season of the Fresh Prince. I can't really
put my finger
but there's something.
This seems a shade different.
Is Will? Did Will get taller? No.
Nah.
Did Alfonso Ribeiro get cornier?
Nah.
What about Ashley? Is Ashley? I don't know.
Nah.
Well, let me keep watching this shit anyway.
Man.
Shout out to all of them.
Kevin James.
Emmys.
Shout out to Kevin James.
Shout out to the Emmys.
So Eb, we like to talk about light shit, all right? And we like to talk about serious shit. And this next one's gonna be super light. Now, as you know, you've been on Twitter lately, dog.
I have been on Twitter lately.
You've been about it, and Twitter
looking for beef.
Twitter is looking for anything to bite their teeth into, and the latest victim of Twitter's wrath is the restaurant Denny's. Eb.
Ugh.
Now, hey, don't make those noises because you've been there at 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah, when I was like fucking 17.
So what? You've been there. It's treated you well.
Yeah,
when there's nothing else,
guess.
when there's nothing else open. Well, I won't say treated you well. It treated you.
Dog, it was available. It was there, like the fat chick.
Yeah.
Like Old Faithful.
Yes.
Like Old Faithful. Listen, hey, you hit them up. You know what it is. 3 in the morning. You try to figure out, like, yo, you up? What's
like
popping? You ain't getting.
Yes. Like old girl on your phone.
You're not getting that text back, and then you like, hey, you like, fuck it. Hey,
yes.
yo, Margaret, what you doing?
Yeah, Margaret.
Nah,
no.
Yo, Margie, you up?
That is the worst fucking name.
Oh, I am up.
I apologize to all you Margarets out there. But so Denny's
just came from the barbecue festival.
Denny's has brought out a new mascot, and Twitter was quick to point out that it looked like a turd, Ed. Like a piece of shit, literally. Now,
no, dog. It does. It does.
No, a lot. It looks a lot like a piece of shit, dog. And you know what? Just all the denial that's going on by Denny's is fucking ridiculous. So, first of all, it's a bad drawing of a mascot. It, like I said, it looks like a piece of shit. Second, the name is super uninventive. The name of it is Sausage. Because I guess that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a piece of sausage.
That's
Yeah.
the name, just sausage.
Sausage.
Wow.
And he has friends, and they have...
Oh, he has friends.
Yeah, they have other names that are as inventive as that one. Eggs and bacon. And I think like hash brown or something like that.
God damn, dog.
So-
Who the fuck did they get? Who was in this marketing meeting, dog? Like,
Exactly. Well, Ed, let me tell you what the chief marketing officer said.
that guy's getting paid to do nothing, dog.
Yes.
Nothing.
We do not have any plans to change how sausage looks because, well, he looks exactly how breakfast sausage should look.
Yo.
And of course, we'd hate to give the sausage a complex because we and his Grand Slam family love him just the way he is. John Dillon, Chief Marketing Officer of Denny's Restaurants.
No, get out of here. Yo, this guy's getting paid. This guy's fucking committing highway robbery right now, Vic. Like this guy is robbing the bank without a fucking ski mask, dog. Just in there, cut it out, dog. Like imagine sitting in a room, in a big fucking boardroom. You're a fucking, what'd you say he was? The chief, who was the CFO, CEO, some shit?
No, CMO, Chief Marketing Officer.
So he's this fucking CMO, dog, just sitting there and people are like, okay, so let's come up with a concept. Okay, fuck it. Yo, we're gonna create breakfast and they're gonna be, like characters. Okay, what are you gonna call them? It's gotta be inventive. Okay. Sausage. I like that. Okay. Well, what about else? Well, what else goes with sausage? Eggs. Love it. Eggs. Okay. Well, what else? Toast. Fuck toast. My God, guys, we are on a roll right now. Who else?
So basically,
stumped.
Basically, his friends, the friends of the mascot, are all the Grand Slam breakfast
Oh my God.
items. So eggs.
How inventive.
Yeah, I know. Look, like, I get it. You can do that, right? You can have that as the concept. But how about you give them names and don't make them look like pieces of shit? Because one thing about food you don't want to be reminded of is what it's going to look like later.
Exactly.
Like, that's bottom line.
Although, like, keep it funky, Vic. Denny's breakfast is kind of trash, dog, and it tastes like shit. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm more of an IHOP man. So maybe, hey, listen, they're true to life.
Yeah, I'm not going to IHOP either. But I mean, if I had to pick one of the two, I'd go to IHOP. But I've been to Denny's plenty of times. Like,
I'll tell you this much. These guys aren't really that fucking inventive, Vic. Outside of the fact that they came up with such a gem like sausage and eggs that that this fucking thing that they want to call a sausage looks very, very reminiscent to, if you've seen the Wiener Schnitzel commercials where the guy's running, looks exactly like him, dog. I mean, literally, it looks...
Except more turd-like.
Yeah, and he's not a fucking corn dog. Yeah. Well, the difference is he's a corn dog and he's a sausage. Do you not see the difference there? Like, you drew the same thing.
It looks like... I don't get it. I don't know why they would do this. Like, and then they ask you to share it on social media. Like, I'm looking at this cutout stand, and they're asking you to share it on social media, and you should be careful what you ask for sometimes.
Vic, I feel like that guy's just on the clock, and they're just like, "Yo, listen, man, you need to come up with something better because our stores are trash." He's like, "I got it. Don't even worry about it. I'm gonna come up with the heat." Like, yo. Dog, what is going? Yo, call Jamie Foxx to do a fucking jingle for you.
Oh, that's too much, man.
Like, I would have just seriously, Vic. Like, I would have just invested my money into making better food. How about that? Like, why not do that, dog? Why does your shit gotta taste like a hungry man breakfast? Just fucking change it up. Invest all the money that you're paying your fucking CMO, all the money you're spending to draw these fucking very eclectic characters. Dog, he has a briefcase and a hat. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I mean, he's on the menu. Like, that's the thing. Like, I would understand if it was only one thing, but no. It's on the menu. It's terrible.
And the fact that you try to market this towards adults is the worst part about it. Like, if it was for the kids, I get that. Like when they come in, they give them the crayon and they give them like the little map that they can draw on and shit. Like, I can understand that if they were all there, and they try to teach kids like, oh, that's sausage.
Yeah.
That's bacon. And that's eggs. You know what I mean? Like, I get that. Mm-hmm. But when you're trying to market this shit to fucking adults, nah, my man, cut it. What they need to do, Vic, is to make it true to life, dog. And instead of having that, just have like the regular people that frequent Denny's, which is everybody who comes out of fucking prom at 2 a.m, dog. Like, that should be their fucking marketing strategy.
Well, like I said, like, just the whole denial of this is the funniest part to me. So they must be at that Donald Trump school of denial because it ain't working, my man.
Let's move on, Vic.
Despite us being off the air last week, we've been working on things to make big moves. The first big thing that we have to announce is that the Buffet Boys are now on iHeartRadio and TuneIn. I think that's a big move. We're trying to get on there along with a bunch of UML podcasts as well. Make sure you try to check us all out there. Also, Eb, we have our first sponsor.
Hey, let's pay these bills, Vic. So, yo, this week's episode is sponsored by smallbudgetwebdesign.com. And right now they have an incredible introductory offer. You can get a stunning, fully customized WordPress site for only $299. $299. That's it. Yo, this deal includes up to 5 pages, responsive design, strategic call to action on every page, Google sitemap submission, search engine optimization, and more. Your business needs a professional online presence, and you don't have to spend thousands to get it. Go to smallbudgetwebdesign.com smallbudgetwebdesign.com/299 special to get your site today. Once again, that's smallbudgetwebdesign.com/299 special to get your site today.
Oh, yeah, man. Well, Eb, I've worked with them before for my volunteer group, and they've done our website in the past, and I thought it was really great. Like I said, they're really good. If you got a small budget, perfect place to go. So make sure you check them out, and we're gonna get right back into it, Eb. Gonna get right back into it. What else do we have on
Let's
in
put
the news,
these
Eb?
draws back on, because what we do is we put them on, take them off, flip them out, put it back on. We back in here.
What the fuck? The hell's going on?
Anyway, listen, man. The Inquisition on immigrants does not stop. And now, you fucking worms out here working for the Motel 6 in Phoenix, you fucking chumps. Yo, listen, reports are coming out that the Motel 6 out of Phoenix, they send reports to ICE every single morning just so they can come out and fucking start rounding up some people, dog. What kind of fucking disgusting, like, who does that? Like, seriously, like, who wakes up in the morning and says, you know what I'm going to do today? I'm going to go report some immigrants.
Like, apparently Motel 6 people, dog. Now, Ed, I mean, are you surprised by Arizona doing something like this? Like,
I mean, I guess not.
I'm not. It's Arizona. They were the last state to recognize MLK Day. Damn. The last. So you can say whatever you want about Arizona. It doesn't shock me. It doesn't shock me when they do shit like this. When I wrote this up, I kind of wrote a little joke about the ice machine, but you know, it wasn't. It's just kind of crazy that a company. Okay, so not only that, they don't just isolate people they think look Latino or are Latino or they can guess are Latino. They send their entire what do they call it?
Guest list.
Their entire guest list to ICE every single day. So if even if you're not Latino, if you have a warrant, don't go to Motel 6.
Fuck. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with that, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, first of all, what like, how is Motel 6 going to sustain itself doing some shit like this? Because ain't no respectable family staying at the Motel 6, dog. Unless you're on the run or you just, you're trying to stay low because you're not trying to get deported. You know what I mean? But, like, after that, you get rid of all the immigrants and every fucking crackhead. Like, then what? What are you going to do? Like, that shit ain't going to last long. You need to think very long and hard of decisions that you guys are making, Motel 6, okay? I used to have faith in you. $59.99 for a one night. And now... y'all bugging, for real.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, the Phoenix New Times reported this story, and they quoted the front desk person that kind of reported this story to them, or let them know about this story. And he was very forthcoming with this information. I wonder what his ambitions were to do so, but I'm glad he did report it. The front desk person said, "We send reports every morning to ICE, all the names of everyone that comes in. Every morning about 5 o'clock, we do our audit and we push the button and it sends it to ICE." So they have an automated system. They're ready to go. They got this shit cracking, it's popping, and it's ready to go.
Wild. That is so wild, man. That is so crazy. Like, yeah, like they have something that just does it for them. Like, it's just a seamless thing. Like, you don't even got to think about it. Just hit fucking backspace, enter. Yeah.
Damn,
That's
man.
fucking wild, dog. Well, hey, listen, all the more reason why I'm not saying it. Plus, hey, listen, if you're over 25, if you're over 24, you shouldn't be staying at a Motel 6. I'm just going to keep it. Because there's only really two, well...
you better
anyway, just don't stay at the Motel 6. Okay, stay at the Best Western. If you can't shell out some bread.
Eb, the only time I ever stayed at a Motel 6, I had.
So you stayed at the Motel 6?
Yeah, I did stay at a Motel 6 once.
Like, you stayed in that motherfucker. Like,
I stayed in it.
There.
I slept in it. I stayed it. I was a guest there.
A guest. Someone invited you.
No, I was like, dog, you're tripping, dog.
Anyway, back in the day, dog.
So I had just turned 19.
Days.
I had, yeah, you're on the right track now.
Slanging that dick.
No, I was 19, and we went on a road trip up north, and the only place that had vacancies was Motel 6. Now, if you don't know, Motel 6 will not rent you a room if you're not 21 or over.
Oh, so they do have standards.
But since your boy, has that silver tongue, we talked the nice little young lady behind the counter. We let her know what's up. She could slide through if she wanted, but she actually rented us the room. So, that's the only experience I had with them, and it wasn't negative. But this is some fucking wild shit.
Damn, dog. They would have called them out on you, like, yo, listen, there's these two wild Mexicans right now in room 112 where the players dwell. Like, I need you to go out there, maybe check it out. Man, that's wild, man. Yeah.
You know what the funniest thing of the whole thing is? So you watch TV shows, and they're always like making fun of how much the mini bar costs inside your room. The little, you open up the bag of mixed nuts and fucking $150.
Yeah.
Or they give you something in a weird shape, a Coke bottle, that's the shape of the fucking Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Now, they had a glass harmonica filled with peanuts in it.
A glass harmonica?
I shit you not. A glass harmonica. I think that shit cost like $30 or something. I was not. Oh, yeah, no. I was not about it. I'm good. I remember it. It's in here.
The most expensive thing at the Motel 6 is the glass harmonicas.
Yeah, it's almost cost a night there. Damn. So, Eb, to continue on this little theme that that we have going here with the ice and whatnot.
With the ice and whatnot.
There was a story that came out of Transylvania University, Ed. Now, I know it sounds funny. I know it's like, okay, this story's about Dracula, but it's not. This young college student, Paola Garcia, was, what would you say? What would you call it, Ed?
Bullied?
I wouldn't call it bully, because that sounds fucking soft as fuck.
Well, dog, she's a girl, dog. Chill. You're acting like she was bullied. She was bullied.
Okay. She was targeted by another gentleman. I wouldn't even call him a gentleman. Fuck that guy.
A piece of shit.
Yo, he was targeted. She was targeted by another person, another student at her college.
A racist devil.
Mm-hmm. Because she was a DACA student. She's a student that is protected under the DACA Act, and she was targeted by this guy, Taylor Ragg, which is a fellow student. And so he wrote on one of his little alt-right Facebook groups, "Everyone go report this illegal at my school, bragging about breaking the law." And he put her Facebook link on there, and I guess she was getting lots of, threats and lots of harassment, pretty much. People send her pictures of them filling out a tip sheet for ICE.
It's crazy to me that okay, fine, do all that, but under the guise of DACA, like, nothing is going to happen to let me tell you, Vic, if you want, it's essentially what happened was this guy put up a fucking post. She responded to it by saying some shit that, hey, listen, get the fuck off that, you're talking nonsense. So he went on and fucking screenshotted her and then started saying, yo, go report this fucking girl. She's a fucking immigrant and she's here illegally, da-da-da-da. Mm-hmm. A bunch of other racist devils ended up fucking, subtweeting and doing all types of mean-spirited shit. You know what I mean? And what she did was what she said she was trying to do was reach out to the school and say, hey, look, this guy's fucking harassing me and he's having other people harass me. He's emboldening these racists to attack me. The school wanted to do nothing, absolutely nothing. They didn't do shit about it. It was what it was. They were just going on about their day. So what did she do? She went online. She put out a video. You know how that goes. We gonna ride for our people. So it got a whole gang of retweets. It got a whole gang of likes. And eventually, once fucking University of Transylvania, which I'm sure would like to get a lot more publicity and not in this way, once the heat started coming on them, then they wanted to retract some statements and say that the kid was going to, you know, we don't stand for that, yada, 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 all the shit that they're going to say when they come under fire. Because obviously they're not, you know, they don't want that money to stop flowing. So they know where that money's coming from. So of course they're going to say some shit. They don't want to get ousted. So whatever. Point is, this fucking clown, Taylor fucking rag. We don't know if he got expelled or if he left the school, but he's there. He's no longer there. The school doesn't want to say what exactly they did. I got two problems, Vic. The first problem is obviously the school, right? Obviously the school is doing nothing to help this young lady out. The only reason they did something is because I'm sure they started seeing that it was going to affect their image and their money. And they probably didn't want to take her seriously, right? The other thing is, listen, I understand that it's a very tough situation, right? And I know some of those comments can be mean-spirited and they can be racist and whatever, right? But I kind of feel like we kind of need to stop with the like the crying and the come and help me and like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you feel the same way, but like, I'm really starting to get to the point where I'm like, yo, this girl's like fucking crying. Like, this guy is saying this shit, right? And people are going to say shit forever. But under the guise of DACA, she's not being sent anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, as far as the law goes and what's law right now is she's still protected, right? But this whole, like, these people coming at you and you start crying and this and that, like, yo, like, I just feel like I'm kind of done with that, dog. I mean, then again, I'm just the type of person that, I mean, you know us. You know, like, people say some shit, we're going to come back. Like, it's a wrap. Like, you just gave me the green light. You know, like, you gave me the green light. And you know what it is, Vic. You know we don't stop until someone's crying, until something pops off, dog. We go pretty hard when it comes to that, you know? So, like, for me, it's kind of difficult to see another fellow Latino, black, you know, whatever it is, like, essentially not be able to defend themselves, right?
I think here's the thing, though, Eb. Here's the thing. Like, I can kind of see what you're saying, right? The problem is that it's not defending yourself against one person. If it's accurate what she's saying, it was her defending herself against multiple people. Now, granted, you know, I think it's easier to defend yourself online because, you know, you got time to think about whatever you're going to say. But, you know, it could be hurtful, man, it could be hurtful to deal with racism, you know, like you said, you and me will probably try to deal with it then, but in all the times that I've dealt with it, I can't say that when I went home that I was happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, It hurts. It can hurt, man. It can hurt.
But that's what they want. That's the thing. That's the thing is that's exactly what they want.
But you can't. Like, but you can't control the way you feel, man. Like, you could try to maneuver it. You could try to be, you know, try to put yourself in the best position, you know, during or after. But your true feelings are your true feelings. And if you're hurt by something like that, you're hurt by something like that. So, like, I do feel bad for her. And, you know, the one thing I could say is that if he felt this way, okay, fine. Like, if you feel that this person's breaking the law, like, it's not incorrect, right? It's not incorrect. But, I mean, it just kind of shows what kind of person he is, and the fact that he wants to send a person away from the only home they've ever known. And I mean, that's the thing that we have, you know, that's the reason why there's something in place. It's compassion. It's something letting the people know that the only place you ever known as home, you're going to be protected to make sure that your home stays your home. You know? So I can understand why she was upset. I really can. Not everyone is as thick skinned as you and I.
Yeah, I understand that, but I just kind of feel that, especially at this time, right? And I feel because we've come so far, and as a people, we're continuously educating ourselves and rising and you know, putting ourselves on different platforms, right, to get our voices heard to the masses. And just to show other people that, hey, listen, there's going to be all types of fuckery out there and a whole bunch of racist pieces of shit, mean-spirited individuals. So it's like, listen, this is exactly what they want. You know, like they want to see her cry. They want to see her break down. They want to see that shit. You know what I mean?
You got to also remember, Eb, that on top of dealing with that, she has to deal with not having the protections that you and I both know will be given to other people. Be given to people not of color. We'll give. Right. Well, I mean, imagine you and I start spreading lies about some girl going to, UCLA, about how she's a hoe, go attack her because she's a hoe, blah blah blah. You know how fast we would get kicked out, or and we wouldn't. I know it's a.
I would never.
It's an example. I'm just saying.
I would never put her out as a hoe.
I know. God, I used the worst example. But what I'm saying is, like, the things that are supposed to be there to protect people are only, we know it well.
Right.
But when we come against it, when we actually get confronted with not having those protections that normally we should get if we were the right shade, that's also something you have to deal with. So it seems like a lot that was piled on her shoulders in a short amount of time, on top of being scared about the situation with fucking DACA right now.
Yeah, so, I guess. I think
you got to kind of cut her a break, man. I think you got to cut her a little slack.
Listen, I'm not saying.
Cut her some slack, Eb.
I'm not saying that she didn't have the right to cry, and I know it's a very, very tough situation to deal with. At the end of the day, she's still a young girl. I know what she's under, but at the same time, man, it's just like, nah, man. Like we need to start fighting back, dog. And listen, if you jump out the window and ever dare come at me with some fucking bullshit, best believe yo, it is a wrap. Like but then again, you know what, Vic? I've been putting myself out there. And like I spoke last week. Listen, I've been trying to put out this negative energy, and it's like I'm looking for it. So I kind of need to let that shit go, because when you start looking for something, it's gonna find you. Trust me, it will. Yeah. Good and bad. So I'll let this go. But at the end of the day, at the very least, she was like, "Hey, fuck it, I'm gonna fight through these tears," and she started reaching out to social media, and we came out strong. You know what I mean? So I think that was the best message that I could have gotten out of this whole thing, which was, as a people, as a community, we came together and we actually used social media for the right thing. You know what I mean? Not for the nonsense and the same fucking Snapchat fucking filters over and over and over. Like, we actually all came together, and now we're down one fucking clown. That's cool. So this series probably gonna go to fucking Transylvania Community College. Yo, what? Who the fuck wants to live out there? Like, dog?
He's gonna go to Transylvania A&M, dog.
Transylvania UNT, dog. Yo, imagine, like, yo, so where are you from? I'm from Transylvania, Pennsylvania, right?
Nah.
No, what state is it in?
I have no idea. What state it's in, but so the proprietor of getting this DACA removed, is gonna be in some trouble soon, I mean, not that he was ever gonna get California, but in 2020, Donald Trump may not be on the California presidential ballot. And let me tell you the reason why, The California State Assembly on Thursday passed a Presidential Tax Transparency and Accountability Act that will require presidential candidates to release their tax returns prior to being placed on the state ballot. So, as you know, as we all know, this cheating piece of shit, this cheating sausage motherfucker.
Cheating sausage.
I'm bringing it back to the Denny story, but he has not released his tax returns yet. He released a small little piece of it, and I think more states need to do this, Ed. I think more states need to say, hey, if you're gonna be the president of the United States, we gotta know that your history, your tax history, is clear. And you can't get a government job without getting your tax picked apart.
Oh, Victor, listen, you should already know that when you're rich and that shade is a lot lighter than
the hue is not as dark. I got you.
The tint isn't as dark. You can get away with a lot. The biggest thing for me is that it's 2017 and that's a thing like now. Like, wouldn't that be a thing? I don't know, 100 years ago.
Well, the problem is that there has always been a kind of unspoken rule, a kind of, tongue-in-cheek rule that every candidate has released their tax forms since like 1960 or something like that. Something crazy.
I think Richard Nixon was the last fucking weasel who didn't want to do it.
Well, there you go, Richard Nixon. Two guys that have a lot in common, probably more pretty soon. But
when someone says I'm not a crook, they're probably a crook.
Probably a crook. Yeah. Usually when people say they're not something, a lot of times they're that thing.
Think about that. I'm not a hoe.
So what's your number?
Oh my! What's your number?
Yeah. So you want to go back to the crib or what?
So we hitting the Motel 6 or what? Like, what's poppin'? Like,
there you go.
We gonna hit the telly or what? We hitting the telly? Cheese, eggs, and what's is great? Come on.
Oh.
Shit.
So yeah, like, I honestly think that if a lot of states did this, it'd be a lot more interesting. And I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, obviously, this affects Donald Trump. It won't affect a lot of people because that was the tradition. Well, maybe from here on out, who knows? He kind of set a precedent to not have to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, imagine if Hillary never presented her tax information.
Lock her up.
Lock her up. Yes, lock her up. Like, by the way, before we end this Trump segment, did you see that shit he retweeted?
Nah, which one?
So your boy Donnie T was out here retweeting this GIF of him hitting a golf ball and appearing to hit Hillary Clinton in the back and her falling over. Now, Ed, I'm not one to try to excuse childish behavior. I'm not one to defend Donald Trump very often.
It's pretty funny though, dog. I'm not gonna
that shit was hilarious. Like, Ed, this shit was hilarious. Like, all these people outraged saying, "Oh, it's a promoting violence against Hillary Clinton." No, it's not. No, it's not. It's a fucking silly thing that are, like, granted, he probably shouldn't have retweeted it, especially because that account has been known to retweet anti-Semitic and racist shit. Now,
it don't matter. We already know where it's at.
We already know it doesn't matter because, we know what team he's on. But, like, don't get me wrong. That shit is funny. Like, I'm sorry. It's just funny. If you're really upset about that, then you're just upset about Donald Trump in general, which I agree with.
Snowflekes, Vic.
Yeah, that's the problem, man. That's the problem.
Listen, I get it. I understand it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, some of it is egregious, but some shit like that, like, nah, when they had the video of him fucking clotheslining CNN and, like, yo, like, let that shit live. Like, trust me, like, that, there's worse shit than that. And to be honest with you, some of it's actually kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. That is actually pretty funny. Like, I find that very, very amusing. You know what I mean? Like, if the roles were reversed and they put that CNN fucking logo on him and Donald Trump was the one getting clotheslined, everybody would be fucking rolling, retweeting, subtweet, all types of shit.
Or Eb, if it was Obama hitting a ball at Trump and him falling over, people would be fucking laughing their ass off, dog.
Exactly. So you can't have it both ways. You gotta.
You know why? Because it's fucking funny. That's why. Because it is funny. I don't know. Like, you know what? Like we've been saying, be upset at the shit that's really upsetting. Don't be upset at the shit that's fucking stupid and silly. Yeah. Oh, fucking a GIF he retweeted. Fuck. Be mad at the real tweets that he says about fucking, that are going to lead us to nuclear war. Nuclear war.
Nuclear.
Damn it! You made me mess it up like 3 times.
Jesus Christ.
Anyway, like
atomic bombs are gonna be dropped.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, for real though, it's true. Like, be mad at the shit that we should actually be mad at. Don't be mad at a fucking GIF that he's retweeting. He's a fucking idiot. He's a child. We know this. He's fucking he's an immature 89-year or however the fuck old he is. But it is what it is. Yeah, he's fucking old. He's probably been dead like for fucking years now. He's just damn. They just put him in a hyperbaric chamber every night and he just comes out looking the same. Like, stop it. Like, just let it go. It is what it is. I'm not tripping. To be honest with you, you want to know what I'm really tripping on? Was the reports that came out last week about him actually trying to get together with Pelosi and coming up with something for these DACA individuals. That kind of threw me off guard because I was kind of like, all right, look, yo, this guy legitimately has Alzheimer's. Like, I thought there was something mentally wrong with him. And maybe there is, Vic, because how do you go from being fucking a despicable human being to all of a sudden, yeah, we need to do something for these very unfortunate 800,000 DACA recipients. So we're going to do something. And I'm like, that doesn't sound anything like what you were saying literally a week ago. Yeah. I was bugging. I was like, yo, is that who the fuck? Wait, who is that? Is that the clone? Is that the clone? Like, yo. Oh, they didn't give him his fucking fixing of fried chicken.
It's a reptilian Trump, man.
Him and the reptilian Justin Bieber. Like, yo, like, I was bugging out. I'm like, okay. Like, it's crazy because when he kind of does something right, it's very hard to get on board with it. You're like, wait, hold on, nah, fuck that. No, wait, should we be deporting them? Because this shit don't sound right. But I was thinking he probably got heads up like, listen, my man, yo, we can't just deport 800,000 people like that. Do you know what it would do to this economy? Like, yo, look, these are the numbers. And he probably saw him like, wow, that's a lot of zeros. That's a lot of zeros.
Too many zeros.
That's too many zeros for Trump to compute. Too many. Yo, I was tripping, man. I was watching that. I'm like, I was sitting with wifey. I'm like, yo, is your man out here like caping for DACA? It's like, it sounds like it. And then of course the fucking weasel Paul Ryan, you fucking Herb, had to come out and fuck everything up. He's like, yo, no. Hey, listen, we still banging with the alt-right. These fucking there was nothing done. There's nothing set in stone. You know what I mean? So, yo, all you immigrants and all you brown people, listen, it's quiet for you right now. Don't get too excited, okay? Nothing happened.
Don't celebrate like it's the end of a Canelo fight.
Don't celebrate like it's a Mexican independence, okay? Relax. That's the problem with you Mexicans who can't give you nothing. Whoa! You guys, every time we give you something, you think it's a fucking 4-for-1 special on bolillos at Superior. Okay? It's not. We're not giving free bolies out here, okay? We're not giving...
That's where I was going to go with it. Peas in the pod, my man. Peas in the pod.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this man's head, man. There's something wrong with it. But we'll see what happens.
Well, with all that talk, Vic, and like I said, we got fucking North Korea threatening us with atomic bombs. We have these fucking hurricanes running a stupid triz on
yup.
Running the craziest choo-choo on the East Coast and the Caribbeans. They are like, yo, it's time for me to tag my mans in. And here it comes in. Yo, we got all that shit going on. Fucking earthquakes in Mexico. What else is going on here? Trump flip-flopping and sounding like an actual decent human for 35 seconds. You know, it makes you start to wonder, Vic. You know, a lot of people have been talking about the end of the world is here. We were supposed to die in 2000. That never happened. We were supposed to die like the end of the world was supposed to come like 4 years ago, whenever the fucking Aztec calendar ended. That never happened. And now
December 21st, what was it? December 21st, 2014 or 15?
Something like that.
Okay.
Something like that. We listen, facts don't matter over here. You know what it is.
Facts don't matter.
So apparently a biblical prophecy or prophet claims that the world will end on September 23rd. That is
the fuck out of here.
That's literally like at Friday? Is that Friday? Saturday? Nah, fuck that, yo. So apparently a Christian numerologist, which is very funny that there's a Christian numerologist and numerology, which would probably have nothing to do with Christianity, except that it would be a Babylon thing. You know what I mean? That's something that you shouldn't be dabbling in if you're a fucking Christian. But again, none of that shit matters here, okay? Claims that the world is going to end this Saturday because apparently another planet is going to collide with Earth, dog. And
not any planet, Eb. Not any planet. Planet X. Eb. Planet
X.
X.
Shit, the iPhone? Yo, big ass fucking iPhone's about to hit Earth. Yo, hey, yeah.
That's what it is. It's a fucking clever marketing scheme by Apple.
But imagine. I see you. The check. Cut the check. Cut the check. We would do this. Biblical prophecy. Okay. We would just throw everyone off. Yo, this is the iPhone X. When does it come out in November? And fuck that. We just drop it on September 23rd, dog, like a fucking avalanche. Like a Beyonce album, dog. Just at midnight. Like, yo, who wants to order the iPhone X? Damn.
Like,
yo, Denny's, you need to hit us up, man, because you got motherfuckers drawing sausages and coming up with clever names like, yo, this is sausage, this is scrambled eggs, and this is bacon over here. Like, oh shit, yeah, let's go ahead and put $5 million behind that. No, fuck out of here. Anyway,
I mean, Eb, I wish we would have had the joke from last week, Eb, where we had that Beyonce Island joke, but nobody will ever hear it now.
Oh damn!
Man, we could send that. And we could send that to Denny's. We have a new job, Eb, tomorrow.
Dog, I don't know, dog.
But we can't. So let's keep it going. Yeah, that's true. Damn. That's true. Beyonce Island. I just brought it in the hopes that we can name it Beyonce Island.
Yo, for those who don't know, man, last week's lost. Yo, man, that's gonna be like Nas's lost tapes because that one was. Damn, that was a fire episode. Anyway, I'm not even going to reminisce on that. As I go on. So David Mead, who's a Christian numerologist, cites verses in Luke 21:25 through 26 as signs that this recent events such as the solar eclipse, Hurricane Harvey are signs of the apocalypse. Number one, there's been hurricanes and fucking solar eclipses for hundreds of years now, Vic?
Yeah, yes. if you're a Christian. Yeah, millions of years, my friend.
Luke 25. There will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. On the earth, nations will be in anguish and perplexity at the roaring and tossing of the sea. People will faint from terror, apprehensive of what is coming on the world, for the heavenly bodies will be shaken. And 26. Men's hearts failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. So, this guy apparently took...
I'm fucking scared, Eb. I'm fucking shaking over here.
Terrified. So, September 23rd is the date that was pinpointed by apparently using codes from the Bible. So I'm sure that's what God wanted. Like, he didn't want it to be as straightforward as possible. He wanted to put fucking an algorithm in the Bible for you to decipher when the end of the world was coming. And, wait a minute, as well as there was a date marker in the pyramids of Giza in Egypt. So they put those two together.
Because they were Christians, right? Because they were Christians in Egypt.
They believed in Jehovah. Yeah. What the fuck, Victor? Listen, first of all, the only reason that I would honestly believe that the world was coming to an end on September 23rd was because the Raiders are doing really well. And it would make 100% sense that once the Raiders are essentially look like they're gonna win a Super Bowl, that the fucking world will come to it.
You see, here's where you're wrong. If the world were coming to an end, it'd be week 2 in the playoffs where this happened.
Oh yeah.
Let us get all excited.
The night before the Super Bowl. The night before the Super Bowl.
There you go.
When we found out that like Matt Ryan broke his leg and that like Freeman fucking fainted, and it'd be like, yo, we're gonna walk all over these guys, and it'd be like, hey guys, yeah, the world's ending tonight. What? Nah, hold on, chill, yo, you gotta give us like at least
give us one more day,
one more day, please. Yo, man, I'm going to go to heaven. Well, I hope I'll go to heaven. But I'm going to go to heaven and be like, yo, were the Raiders going to... Listen, just let me know. Were the Raiders going to win the Super Bowl? I mean...
It is what you believe, my son. It is what you believe.
And be like, well, let me... Hold on. Listen, had you guys not done all that fuck shit, voted for Donald Trump and climate change, y'all were fucking everything up. But if you want me to be 100% honest with you, yeah. Derek Carr's going to throw for... Derek Carr's going to throw for 3 touchdowns.
Super Bowl
Marshawn
record.
Lynch was going to ring.
7 touchdowns.
Marshawn Lynch was going to fucking get hyphy in the end zone, and like E40 was going to like come down on a parachute, and they were going to
smell me.
Right oh man!
Like, okay, so back to the story, man. Like, okay, so first of all, we do have math, right? And we do have ways to calculate many different things. And many of these science phenomenons are pretty predictable. We can learn when hurricanes are coming pretty soon, when, relative to when they're, when they hit land or when they start developing. We can predict when an asteroid is coming into our atmosphere and it's going to get burned up in the atmosphere, Mm-hmm. And, so you tell me one thing. How are we going to collide with another planet and we don't see the planet yet?
Cause Vic, God, you think we're going to just die like that, dog? Like is it going to be that, like, cause that'll give us time to actually, like, then we're going to have to send fucking Ben Affleck and that other fucking idiot, and we're gonna have to fucking call Michael Clark Duncan.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, and do a part 2. Like, come on, Vic, ain't no one got time for that. Nah, man, get out of here. But listen, NASA has already fucking said that. First of all, Planet X is a hoax. Like, it does not exist.
No shit.
And that this is not going to happen.
No shit. But, like. Here's the problem, man. People believe what they want to believe, and that's fine. Like, if you're a Christian, believe what you want to believe. That's fine. But to believe that there's a prophecy that the world is gonna end and this is gonna happen, to me, this is where like things starts getting a little silly. Like, it just seems a little outrageous. I got into a little, I won't say argument, but a little banter with someone on the UML group, talking about Hurricane Harvey, where they talked about how, God created this, so he created the hurricane, so, it's all up to him. So, so if he created it, then he's killing 60 people that died in Hurricane Harvey. So, and I didn't get a very good reception out of that. So, but I just don't get it. I don't get why people are okay with coming up with these crazy ideas. Like, the world's going to end when the world ends.
And if you're a true Christian, Vic, or Catholic, or if you're a true believer or true all the way believer of the Bible, everyone knows that in the Bible, it specifically says that no human person on this earth knows when the end of the world is coming. Only God himself knows that. So the fact that there's people out here who read the Bible who actually believe this nonsense,
fucking
wild.
But the Bible's the word of God. Loophole. If it's in the Bible, if he's using the Bible to create math, it's a loophole.
Shit.
Jesus.
First of all, another thing is you can't be a numerologist, okay, and be a Christian. Like, no, it doesn't work that way. There's no such thing as astrology in Christianity. There's no such thing as numerology in Christianity. Those are all Babylon.
Oh, shit.
Okay? And those are literally Babylon things. You know what I mean? Like, so at the end of the day, listen, one thing I will tell you though, Vic, is I would have nipped that all in the bud, which is, you never, ever argue with any person of faith, because anytime, specifically religious people, like uber religious people, and you believe in what you believe in. As a matter of fact, listen, I have a great affinity for people who have, are really faith-based, you know what I mean? Because it takes a lot, man, and for you to believe in something that much, I believe in God, but there's certain things that I question sometimes, but whatever.
Sure.
What I'm trying to say is you never argue with anyone of faith. Why? Because you can bring out every single fact in the book, and it does not matter. That faith will never be shaken. If I told someone who is an ultra believer of the Bible, super religious person, if I told you, hey, if I presented facts to you that Jesus didn't exist, would you still believe in Jesus? And I can guarantee you, probably 10 out of 10 will probably say yes, because their faith is that strong. So you cannot ever, if the minute you start finding yourself arguing with someone's faith, whatever that is, you just need to stop that, because it's a lose-lose. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get upset. That person's going to get upset. You're not going to get anywhere.
You're wasting your breath.
Pretty much. Yeah. You just got to let people believe whatever it is that they want to believe, however silly it may be to you and however silly they think that you are. At the end of the day, listen, facts don't matter when it comes to faith. Kind of like this podcast, and we appreciate y'all for fucking with
us. No, but look, I agree with that. Like, as far as a person being religious, go at it. That's fine. But the problem is when it comes to that, here's where the problem comes in. It starts seeping into stuff that is evidence-based, like science. It starts leading people astray. All you got to do is look at climate change. I want to even go the more obvious of evolution. All you got to do is look at climate change. There's obvious evidence that this is happening, that this is real. The Pope has come out to say this is real. It's affecting the earth. And people are so, oh no, Jesus made this earth for me, so I'm going to use all the shit on it, and it don't matter what happens because the world's going to come to an end someday anyway. That's the problem, and it affects everybody. So that's why, like sometimes I'll get in little tiffs with people about religion. Not often, but look, I respect your wishes to, be viewed as somebody that, believes in God. That's fine. That's okay. But you gotta, I guess we gotta learn to teach people how to, like, rein it in a little bit. Rein it in just a little bit. If you want to do whatever you want with yourself, that's fine. That's fine, Ed.
You can't rein in people of faith, Vic. Like, you are, again, you have to let people be who they are. You know what I mean? Just like at the end of the day, they would kind of have to essentially accept you for who you are, whether you believe in God or not. All I'm saying is, when it comes to faith, you just got to let those people have it. Because when I argue with my mom, it's like I want to pull my fucking hair out. But I have to understand that she's an uber religious individual, and some of it makes sense. Some of it makes sense to me, and some other things don't, Okay. But at the end of the day, the world is not coming to an end. Let's just make sure we clear that up. Or it might.
Not yet. Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Damn, it's Saturday though. Like, damn, dog. Like why did this come out now?
My Sunday.
For real, they're playing the Redskins on Sunday night. Like, you can't do that to me, man. And as a numerologist, what kind of shit is that? Like, you coming out with it 2 weeks before and like a week before? Like, a whack ass numerologist, my guy. Like, you need to fucking find another profession. I cracked it. I found out what it was. I need to know what's going to happen, though, like when the 23rd rolls around and then the 24th rolls around.
The same thing. The same thing that always happens with these people that predict the...
I miscalculated.
Yeah, that's what they're going to say. It's like, I forgot to carry the one.
It wasn't 20. It really wasn't 2017. It was 2097. So
it's 4 years from now. Yeah. Oh, man. All right, Eb. Well.
Oh, hey, don't forget. Okay, don't get caught out here like Kevin Hart. Okay? It's a very, very sad situation that this man has been put into. Okay? Cheating on his wife, getting extorted out of money, being on video. That's all the way bad. All the way bad.
Whoa. I didn't hear about all that. I heard about him cheating. Well, what's going on?
So the young, I'm not even going to say young, but Mr. Chocolate Dropper was out here apparently just being very, not being careful, man. He got caught up with some chicks who, by the way, apparently set him up. They set him up to get extorted. Got your man all in the video. And so yeah, man, I don't know if you remember, like about a month ago, some cheating rumors came out, and he just kind of played them off, and everybody was like, "Yo, that video don't." Remember, we even talked about it. The video didn't even look like he was doing anything. Well, someone got that ass, and they put him on. They put him on Front Street, and he tried to get ahead of it. Letting everyone know. But yo, listen, guys, listen. If you're married, if you out here, I mean. I don't know, man. I'm talking. This is coming from a regular guy. When you got millions upon millions of dollars, I think that kind of changes a little bit. I'm just saying.
Maybe.
Vic, if you were married to Oprah, would you be mad that she cheated on you? Keep it funky.
No, not really. not really, because I'm about to get half of Oprah's money.
Oh my God! Or would you stay because it would just be even more money? You know what I mean?
Like I got all Oprah's money. If I stay with her, I got. Now wait, Oprah's a bad example, dog. Because I ain't looking forward to getting in them guts, dog.
Okay.
like, let's keep it funky, dog. Like, Oprah ain't the finest chick in the flock, dog.
Oh God damn, Vic. Okay, well, who out here? Look, okay. I always wanted to pose. I always want to pose this question.
Don't get me wrong, Ed. Don't get me wrong. If Oprah gave me a shot, I'd shoot my shot, dog.
Oh, you breaking that back?
Yeah, hey. For that dough?
Okay.
I mean, hey, every thought has its price, dog.
Damn. All right. Well, listen. This is what I was trying to say. I guess this is the situation. Like, say, billionaire or just multi-millionaire got super bread, right? And you got some coins, you know what I mean? But you ain't really popping like that.
Okay.
Does that multi-billionaire get a pass based on the status, amount of money that they have, if they do cheat on you? Still good to you. Amazing. You're living a fucking lavish lifestyle that you'll never be able to live. Would you be able to give that person a pass?
Nah, because you can cut them, dog. Well, it depends. Do you got a prenup?
Well, from what I know, most alimony or most whatever doesn't get paid after a certain amount of years of being together. Sure. And it's not like you got together and built that enterprise. Let's say that enterprise was already built. So would you give this person a pass? So you find a lady, bad one, maybe not even a lady, just a bad one, got a gang of money, right? You live in Lavie, you're eating lobster tails and steaks for fucking breakfast. She flying you everywhere. You know what I mean? You got the flyest gear, got fucking do whatever you want to do, right?
Yeah.
But, from time to time, she goes on business, somebody's fucking breaking their back. Yeah. Would you be okay with that? And would you be able to stay with that?
I wouldn't be okay with it, but I guess that's not the real question, dog. Like, the real question is, can you get over that? That's the real question.
So what's the answer, Vic? What is the answer? Because if she's working at like fucking Food for Less, dog, like you getting cut in the heart,
absolutely
like,
not.
Fucking
That's
hoe.
it.
Get
Done.
the fuck out of here! Like you barely even paying rent. Like get out of here! Like, but if this chick is like rent, what's rent? Like, what? We don't have mortgages where I'm from. We just buy houses.
So like,
when you got that type of money, like.
I think there's a bell curve here, Eb. There's a cheating bell curve. And it's directly correlated to how much money and how much you love that person. Dang. And it kind of meets in the middle, So it would depend, man. Honestly, it would depend. It would depend on who it is, what it is, and what that bank account looks like. You know?
Okay, bank account is on swole, Vic. Like, you'll never have to worry about money for the
But is there videos? Is there bukkake videos all on the internet, dog? That's
no, Vic, she's not getting... No, dog, she's not getting fucking...
All right,
yammed out by like 20 guys. I'm talking about like, I'm just but you know,
I'm asking
like you know, like Tyrese done hit it, and fucking I don't know, shit. Think of somebody else that's relevant. The Migos ran a train on her. Or something like that.
Shit,
like
I don't know,
but
man.
no videos.
I don't
like,
know,
you know
man.
that when she goes to Toronto, she's getting fucking just fucking blown out by Drake. You know this for a fact. You know it because you caught her. Like, you saw her and you just caught it. Like, are you... But she doesn't want to break up. She just wants to stay with you. You know what I mean? She loves you. And essentially you love her, but she's a multimillionaire. So what are you doing? But you know that there's no time. Like, if you break up now, you going back, dog. You going back to Fuller or to fucking, I was going to say Fuller, to Fontana. You know what I mean? And back to the Buffet Boys podcast.
I mean, man, yeah. I mean, I guess if there's if there's a prenup out there, I guess I'll let one or two slide, dog.
Damn, man, you like an around the way girl, dog. You just get fucking bamboo earrings and everything. Just you're like, I'm not going to the block. I have no morals. So one or two. So you get a couple. You get to cheat on me a few times, and we're still good.
Yeah, I mean, I think those kind of relationships are on a different level anyway, right?
Okay, right.
So I think you just got to deal with much different situations. Like, if you're very famous and you're very rich, like, you get that shit thrown at you all the time.
Everywhere
all the time. So as long as you ain't gonna mess up the bank account having to share with another person for 18 years, I might be all right with it.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know you better not bring nothing back home. Better not get.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, me. Yeah, okay, yeah, better not fucking. Give me that Usher syndrome.
Well, chill. Okay, let's say not herpes or AIDS.
Okay,
but like chlamydia.
Like crabs? Nah, chlamydia is terrible. Are you kidding me?
It's treatable, dog. From what I know, you can.
Yeah, but you can also
gonorrhea.
It also eats at your brain though.
Nah, that's if you leave it untreated for
cool.
fucking years.
I'm good. Nah, I'm good.
So okay, gonorrhea. She gives you gonorrhea. Is that still cool?
Nah, that's not cool.
Damn.
Not at all.
Dog.
Not at all.
Millions
I'm
of
good.
dollars, and all right. Flip side then. If you're a multi-millionaire, right?
I'm doing whatever the fuck I want. Double standard.
Well, hold on. Let me
I'm getting a prenup.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. Are you from the gate letting them know, like, listen, I love you. I want to fuck with you. I want to marry you. However, there are some things that are going to come along with this, which is I'm going to be unfaithful, but there won't be any relationships had. It's just going to be straight up.
You see, your words are wrong there. So being unfaithful would only come into play if she didn't know what your intentions are.
Wait a minute.
That's the problem. Yeah.
Hold on. So if you're with someone and you let them know from the gate, like, yo, I'm going to be fucking other chicks, that's not
being unfaithful. You're letting them know. Letting them know from jump what your situation is. That's it. So if you're in a committed, that's the problem. You see, if it's from jump, it's not it might be committed, but you know what the relationship is.
I don't know about this one, Vic.
Yeah, well, I mean, Bob Marley did it. It was good enough for him. It's good enough for me.
Let me live my life like Bob Marley. Get gangrene. Yeah, have 15 kids and have gangrene.
I'll get that operation though. I'm not gonna go out like him.
Vic, Babylon.
All right, Eb. Well, Eb, it's getting to that point of the show, Eb, where we go back where we let y'all know who our POC of the week is. And Ed, when I was first thinking about this segment, I actually had this person in mind for the kind of person that we want to have represent that every week. Okay. And for some reason, we just have kind of skipped over him over and over. And the PLC of the week, this week, it came to my attention that it's going to be Mr. Collin Kaepernick. Now, we all know who Collin Kaepernick is. Some of us are not watching football this year because in support of Collin Kaepernick. I'm not one of those people, but I do support what he's doing. But Collin Kaepernick recently came out in support of something that, we've been talking a lot about the last couple of weeks. He's supporting DACA. And not just vocally, but he's also doing it financially. So Collin Kaepernick has been pledging, I believe, $100,000 every month for 10 months this year, which will equal, $1 million of his own money. And he has decided that 25,000 of those dollars will be used to help keep DACA in place. And, on top of that, he's using that $1 million that he's donating over the next several months to combat, people that are affected by police violence, by inner city violence. And, he's done great things. He's gone to, he's gone to great lengths to show that he is a person to look up to. And, I think it's really a pleasure to be able to recognize somebody like that on our show. So for that and a lot of other great reasons, he is our PLC of the week. So shout out to Collin Kaepernick. I hope he gets a team soon, man.
Yeah, man. Straight up, because I was watching this Raider-Jets game, and dog, it was like, Josh McCown, and then the second string quarterback. I'm like, who the fuck is that? And then I looked at Woody. I was like, that guy has more picks than touchdowns. Like, you're telling me that Collin Kaepernick couldn't help you in some way, shape, or form on the Jets? Yeah, nah. So that might be the perfect team to pick him up too, Vic.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. But shout out to him one time. He represents a lot of the stuff that we believe in. So, good for him. Hope he keeps it up, man. But that's the end of our show. That's number 38. 38. God 38. Damn. Wow.
It would have been episode 39, but it is what it is.
But hey,
sometimes things don't work out the way you plan them.
Yep. Yep. So, we're back. We're back at it. Listen to us on iHeartRadio and TuneIn, as well as, Apple, iTunes, and Google Play, all them good places. You can also find us on BuffetboysPodcast.tk because we can't afford .com yet. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram, Buffet_boys. Yo, Eb, hit him with the outro.
Yo, you know what it is. Buffet Boys, episode 38. It's a wrap. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the UML Network.
Yep.
Thank you for fucking with us. You know what I mean? Big shout out to the Sweats and Suits podcast.
Yep.
Moguls on Sports. The Urban Mogul, or the Mogul Lounge, excuse me. Twisted Sisters. As we said earlier, we are now on iHeartRadio. You know, tune in as well. And you can find us on a plethora of media outlets and platforms. But yeah, man, hey, listen, we're going to be back next week, as always, podcasting for the culture, bringing more knowledge for your brain, more culture for your soul, and more bullshit for your week. It's your boy, the Salvadoran sensationalist, and
God damn it. It's your boy, Vic.
Peace. You love it.